I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Friday, February 27th. Today, an Amber Alert.
It was unknown at the time where they were going and unknown if a vehicle was involved.
A 2-year-old boy abducted from his mother, where it happened and how police recovered the child. Also today.
This is a very basic step. I know it's become politicized. Put the politics aside.
A huge spike in measles cases. How many have been reported this month so far? Plus,
everybody's sad, everybody's worried about their families.
Concerns for Cuba. Why Manitobans say the island nation needs help, and it's becoming dire. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. An Amber Alert lit up phones in Winnipeg this afternoon, alerting the public about a 2-year-old boy who had been abducted. Investigators say he was taken from a home in South Winnipeg around 10 o'clock this morning, allegedly by a 30-year-old woman. A 25-year-old woman was also said to be involved. CTV's Jeff Keel was at a police media briefing this afternoon and joins us now with an update. And Jeff, you have some good news to report.
Yeah, that's right, Marilee. Police have located the 2-year-old and he is safe and was not injured. Police say he was found with one of the suspects. Both suspects are now in custody.
At around 1:30 p.m., police received a call regarding a woman and a child that matched the description of the suspect and the child. This call came from the area of McPhillip Street and Logan Avenue. Attending officers located one of the suspects and the child at that location. The suspect was taken into custody.
Police say the boy was checked out at hospital. Now, as we mentioned earlier, this all started around 10 this morning. Police say the 2-year-old boy was abducted by the suspect following a dispute with his biological mother. He was taken from the residence wrapped in a dark blue and light blue blanket. Police say they don't know where they were going or what vehicle they may have been driving or were in, which is why they issued the Amber Alert. They say the Amber Alert was instrumental in getting tips to narrow down the area, as it was a call from someone in the area who recognized the child and the suspect.
I think that really plays into how effective this Amber Alert was. When we don't have a vehicle specifically, then at least we have a good description of the suspect and of the child, and anybody that's out and about, whether they're on lunch, going to work, just bus drivers, taxis, they all get this message, and everybody's on the lookout, everybody's heightened.
Police say charges have not been filed yet, but there is an active investigation underway.
All right, Jeff, we know the boy is safe, which is great news, but how is his mother doing tonight?
It's hard to imagine what she's going through. Police say there was violence that occurred between the suspect and the mother, and there was a weapon involved, but it's unclear at this time if the mom required medical care.
All right, thanks for this update, Jeff. The number of measles cases in Manitoba continues to skyrocket. The province is reporting 139 confirmed cases for the first 3 weeks of February. The total for the year is now 215 compared to 319 for all of last year. Manitoba Health says the vast majority of cases involve people who are not vaccinated. Premier Wab Kinew says it's critical people get protected.
This is a very basic step. I know it's become politicized. Put the politics aside, just go talk to your family doctor. If this is somebody that you would listen to in terms of, you know, you got a bump on your skin or you have a virus that you need to get some meds for or whatever it is, talk to them about the vaccination too.
The province has warned any large gathering should be considered a potential exposure site. Anyone who develops symptoms or may have been exposed to the virus is urged to isolate at home and contact a healthcare provider. There's frustration and concern among Manitobans with connections to Cuba tonight as the humanitarian crisis there gets worse.
Everybody's sad, everybody's worried about their families, and that creates frustration.
Manitoba Cuba Solidarity Committee member Roger Rancano moved to Winnipeg with his family in 2012, but he has other relatives who still live on the island. A U.S. oil blockade has caused weeks of electricity, fuel, and basic necessity shortages. Rancano spoke to someone in Cuba as recently as a few days ago and says the situation is dire.
There's no food, it's garbage in the streets, cannot be picked up. So all that is creating a very unhealthy situation for all the Cuban citizens.
Rancano says the local committee is discussing how it can help, but nothing has been formalized. Wednesday, the Canadian government said it is working with the World Food Program and UNICEF to send an additional $8 million to help those most in need on top of its existing support for Cuba. Manitoba Hydro Place is ready to reopen its doors to the public more than 3 weeks after an employee was assaulted while leaving work. A spokesperson for the Crown Corporation says the plan is to reopen the gallery to the public Tuesday. Hydro has spent the past 3 weeks reviewing security measures and has hired 7 safety officers. Those officers will be working alongside existing security guards. They also alluded to additional safety measures that won't affect public areas. It comes after a worker was assaulted and knocked to the ground by a man with a knife. An 18-year-old man was arrested and charged. The Public Service is recommending a baseball diamond in Le Barrier Park stay as it is. In a motion before the Property and Development Committee, the Public Service says it doesn't support changing the lease for the South Baseball Diamond to allow it to be used as a full-sized cricket field. It says the diamond was booked 15 times for softball teams, and getting rid of it would reduce booking revenue and magnify softball service gaps in the area. Instead, it's recommending finding another space for a new cricket field. The committee will review the report Thursday. Definitely not cricket weather out there tonight, Colleen. No. Those winds have really caused some traffic chaos throughout the day.
Yeah, they shut down highways in and around the Winnipeg area. The good news is, though, those highways have pretty much all reopened. We're talking the perimeter, Highway 75, Highway 59, and a lot of other surrounding highways in and around the Red River Valley. Having said that, there are still blowing snow advisories in effect in some areas. Not just that, though. We have cold warnings now to contend with. So much of Manitoba and northwestern Ontario lighting up in yellow. Now, under Environment Canada's new color-coded system, both are yellow. So I'll show you who's under the cold warning, who's under the blowing snow warning. It's an advisory, really, more than a warning. But really, you should be warned that conditions on the road still not great, even though the highways are open. I'll have more details on that and the cold weekend ahead. The CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bath Fitter, exclusive home of the PermaFit solution. In Winnipeg right now, it's sunny. It is still windy, although the wind gusts have subsided for now. Winds out of the north-northwest at 41 kilometers an hour. The temperatures have been dropping throughout the day in these strong winds. It's now minus 14. The pressure is rising, keeping the sky clear, and the humidity is 69%. Out on the roads, no blowing snow out on McPhillips. Busy in both directions, but watch out for blowing snow in more open areas of the city, and again, still out on those highways.
He didn't give up, and neither did we.
Lost and found. How long this dog was missing and what he had to survive before being reunited with his owner.
Data from StatsCan shows GDP shrank by 0.6% in the fourth quarter as manufacturers dipped into their stockpiles to meet demand instead of producing fresh goods. The sharp drop was partially offset by increased household spending as well as exports and government spending. Overall, GDP increased 1.7% in 2025. That's the slowest pace of growth since 2020. And StatsCan says the main contributor was lower exports, particularly to the United States. Laurentian Bank of Canada posted first quarter results that came in below expectations. The Montreal-based lender missed on profit and also posted a net loss of just over $20 million. Laurentian says the results were due to its strategic shift from retail and small banking to a specialty commercial bank. And here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar was up to 73.33. West Texas Intermediate is up to 67.34. Western Canadian Select also up to end the day to 51.14. And the TSX is down, finishing at 34,339. Those are your business headlines. I'm Lindsay Biscaya.
Market Watch is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. Group health plans for any size business.
It's a reunion 6 months in the making. A Nova Scotia man is now once again enjoying time with his dog that went missing after a serious crash last summer. CTV's Stephanie Sikos reports.
Matthew Osborne didn't know if he'd ever see his beloved dog Harley again.
He's back home, so that's all that matters. hopefully many more years to come.
As a truck driver, his dog kept him company while on the road. But on August 12th, they were in a bad crash in New Brunswick.
I basically tried to turn right to get, because I knew the truck went left, so I turned right to get back to the highway. And by that time, I hit the brakes and the truck went airborne.
This was his truck before, and this was after. Somehow they both survived, but in the chaos, Harley got away.
Poor boy here, he went through the windshield.
Osborne was in hospital for weeks, and Harley was in the wild.
It's been a long road. You know, for the first few weeks, I couldn't even move from the injuries in the hospital. Went from that to a wheelchair, then to a walker, then to a cane. So I had two great parents taking care of me and looking after trying to get my dog.
As summer turned to fall and then winter set in, Harley was still out there.
They had nights up there, it was in the -30s and very cold, but he didn't give up and neither did we.
Exactly 6 months to the day of the crash, Harley was finally found. Osborne found out first thing the next morning and rushed to pick up his dog. It's a day he will never forget.
The relief and the worry of it all being over, the stress just dropped.
Harley was taken to the vet and essentially got a clean bill of health. Osborne is beyond grateful to have his best friend home.
Big thanks to everybody that helped, and the firefighters, the ambulance, everybody that's helped for me to survive.
A disturbing allegation, what a popular up-and-coming singer is being accused of.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Ravine, the legend continues.
Colleen Brady is back now for Spotlight. And Colleen, this weekend, Winnipeggers can experience Korean culture and ring in the new year.
That's right. A traditional Korean Lunar New Year celebration is being held tomorrow at the Manitoba Museum.
It's about family and gratitude and like really the new beginnings. And growing up in Korea, it was always about families and a lot of laugh and fun. So we wanted to celebrate it together.
Doors open at 2 o'clock. You'll find traditional activities and games, calligraphy, booths with Korean merchandise, a K-beauty demonstration, and much more. A blend of traditional and contemporary performances and dancers will take the stage between 6 and 9 with a K-pop after party rounding out the evening. Tickets are available online.
All right, now we have some big news for comic book fans.
That's right. Now there's a chance to add to your collection and support local children in need. The Children's Hospital Book Market is hosting a comic book sale Saturday at St. Vital Center. It runs from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can expect to find a wide selection of comics, including plenty of titles from both the DC and Marvel universes. The money helps provide things like toys, crafts, music therapy, and books for children receiving treatment. Organizers note tomorrow's event is a sale only, but if you have books you want to donate, you're welcome to drop them off at any Dufresne furniture and appliance store or WFPS station.
Well, the Netflix takeover of Warner Brothers looked like a done deal, but things have changed.
Boy, have they ever. In a pretty stunning shakeup, Netflix has declined to raise its offer to buy Warner Brothers. And this clears the path for Paramount to take over. The streaming giant has confirmed it won't match the new bid from Paramount, worth $111 billion US. Netflix says the deal is no longer financially attractive. This puts an end to a bidding war that started last year. Warner and Paramount could now merge into a new entity that could reshape the media landscape.
A popular singer is facing some pretty disturbing allegations.
David is at the center of an investigation into the killing of a 14-year-old girl found dead in a Tesla. The 20-year-old singer David has been named as a target of a grand jury in subpoenas seeking to have his relatives testify. The documents are now public after a court fight in Texas involving his mother, father, and brother. Police have not publicly named the singer, whose legal name is David Burke, as a suspect. Investigators say they found Celeste Rivas Hernandez in a tow yard car in September. The papers describe severe decomposition and dismemberment of the body.
Yikes. All right, well, It's showtime, and Johnny Cage is getting the hero treatment.
And tonight we've got your first look at the new trailer.
You want to know what makes a hero? It's not destiny.
This is the official trailer for the second installment of Mortal Kombat, the blockbuster video game franchise. It follows the journey to the ultimate battle to defeat Shao Kahn. Carl Urban stars as Johnny Cage. Mortal Kombat 2 hits theaters May 8th.
People magazine is reporting singer Pink has separated from her husband.
Yes, and it apparently wasn't just surprising to her fans. Pink went on social media to say it was news to her as well.
So I was just alerted to the fact that I'm separated from my husband. I didn't know. Thank you, People Magazine. Thank you, Us Weekly. Thank you for letting me know.
Awkward. Well,
Yikes.
Pink says she is still with her husband, Carey Hart. Yesterday, People ran a story saying the couple has separated after 20 years of marriage. The story cited an unnamed source. People updated its story with an acknowledgement of Pink's denial. Pink and Hart married in 2006.
Boy, that wasn't a good source.
Guess not.
All right. Thanks, Colleen.
You are welcome. Your Friday primetime lineup will have Happy's Place and Stumble coming up at 7. Battle of the Generations follows at 8. And Boston Blue starts at 9. It's all right here tonight on CTV.
CTV Primetime Lineup brought to you by the Parkway Retirement Community. Welcome home.
A live look at Kenaston and Sterling Line Parkway. Busy. The winds still strong, but not as strong as they were earlier. So the blowing snow advisory not in effect inside the city, still outside of the city, though. So do watch out for blowing snow and reduced visibility out on the highways in the Red River Valley.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
A mother-daughter dive turned into a record-breaking discovery. Check this out. They identified the world's largest known coral colony while surveying the reefs off the coast of Australia located on the Great Barrier Reef. The colony stretches more than 40,000 square feet, which is about the size of 15 tennis courts. The discovery comes as the Great Barrier Reef has faced repeated mass bleaching events driven by rising ocean temperatures. After the initial sighting, researchers verified and mapped the coral using underwater measurements and 3D modeling. Scientists are now examining what conditions allowed the coral colony to survive.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Well, I was going to say where the Great Barrier Reef is in Australia, it is summer. It is not summer here in southern Manitoba or anywhere in our region. Manitoba, northwestern Ontario, a lot of areas in the grips of cold, and it's only going to get colder. Also still in the grips of some blowing snow. So lighting up in yellow, we have all manner of weather alerts, it feels like, as we head into the weekend on this Friday afternoon. Now, I'll break it down like this. There's a blowing snow advisory that continues all around Winnipeg, still including the Red River Valley, and then back up to the lakes there and to the southeast and next door into northwestern Ontario. So winds will start to ease up mid-evening in the Winnipeg area in the Red River Valley. But until then, watch out if you're on the highways. They are back open now, but it is still a little touch and go here in Manitoba. Over the border of northwestern Ontario, snow will be falling in addition to blowing around in some areas. So that will be problematic in those areas tonight. Now we have cold warnings in effect because we have an Arctic ridge of high pressure now building back in behind the low that brought the mild air yesterday and the strong winds today. Winnipeg at the southern tip of that cold warning. So we will have wind chill values that will feel as cold as -40 or more. In southern regions further into the north, we'll have wind chill values that will feel as cold as -45, even -55. And those cold warnings extend east into parts of Ontario, including Red Lake and Sioux Lookout there. But it will be cold even those areas that aren't warned for extreme cold at this point. In Kenora, it's -12. Not extreme cold, but it's cold for this time of year there. -14 in Winnipeg and Brandon. Brandon -12, 79-kilometer-an-hour wind gusts at about 9 o'clock this morning out in Brandon. In Thompson right now, -26 degrees. In Churchill, -31. So as I mentioned, the low that brought the mild air yesterday and the strong winds today continues to move off east. In fact, it's the winds developing in behind the cold front that trails the low that did it to us today. We've got that snow that was in northern and central parts of Manitoba. That's now moved off well into Ontario. Then the Arctic ridge of high pressure just basically pushes out that low. You can kind of think of that way. It sends it off to the east and clears things out and allows temperatures to plummet and those bitterly cold wind chill values to develop well into Saturday as well. So you can see across the prairie provinces east into Ontario, that Arctic ridge of high pressure is just going to lock its grip on a very wide area geographically. But lots of sunshine, but a little chilly. As we head into Sunday, it is the first day of March, the first day of meteorological spring. That's the months of March, April, and May. We'll miss the memo by one day. It will be much milder by Monday. But for tonight, not mild at all. Down to -26, partly cloudy. Those strong northwest winds till about 8, 9 o'clock until they back off considerably. Light winds tomorrow, mix of sun and cloud, though with a high of just -19 degrees to end off February. And meteorological winter. Sunny Sunday, -12 up to -1 on Monday. That will feel good. And then -5, -6 through the midweek. Our first weather photo takes us out to the Interlake near Highway 7. This was Donald's view of the blowing snow out that way. And Ringo and Andrew have agreed that they are done shoveling snow up in the Paw and the OCN area. Send us your weather photos by email to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Thanks, Colleen. Well, if you're willing to pay, you can get a license plate with a word or two of your choice. But one New Yorker's plate has been rejected. You see, he wanted it to say, pee before we go. Oh. Some might say that's pretty sound advice, yes. But it also sparked a war of words between the New York man and his local Department of Motor Vehicles. The driver received a letter last month telling him his vanity plate was not in compliance with local regulations. The DMV called it objectionable. In other words, offensive. Oh. So he took his fight to the governor, who just happens to be up for re-election. And guess what? She called his plate a public service and intervened on his behalf. I'm guessing he has a couple kids at home because never enough reminders of that message for
kids or no kids. Yeah. Those are sage words.
Sage advice. Leave the driveway. Yep. All right. That's it for us this hour. Back at 6 with more local news. Hope to see you then.